I'm on a toot today because of what happened regarding the Fairground Speedway. Because I fear I see how this is going to happen. And I don't blame officials at Bristol for making the decision that they have. And if you've not heard about it, fear ye not. I'll fill you all in. I don't blame them, but I think I see how this is going to turn out. And it's not good. And unless there's an uprising or some form of push greater than the money being laid out by John Ingram, the owner of the Nashville Soccer Club and the owner of Geodis Park, 5 years from now, God willing, I'll still be here talking with you on the radio, and we'll all be talking about what a shame it was that they had to bulldoze the Fairground Speedway. Man, it's too bad we couldn't save that. Too bad that there wasn't a plan in place that did not involve taxpayer dollars outside of the $17 million being forked over by the state, and that's taxpayer money. And I'm not going to lie to you about that. And there's also another $17 million being kicked in by the Visitors Bureau. But look, I think I consider that tourism dollars because they fund themselves with tourism. But be that as it may, too bad there wasn't a plan in place for an organization or an entity to come in and revitalize that and take it to the next level like they did with the other places. Oh, well, I guess parking will be better now at the soccer stadium. Now that they've gotten their parking complex all worked out, now that there's no longer a speedway there that's been there since 1904. I'm accused of being too loud and too obnoxious from time to time. And I know that that's true. But I promise you that when I get loud and obnoxious, it is born of passion. And I'd like to say that I became passionate for this city as soon as I stepped foot in it. And that's somewhat true. But over the year and a half plus that I've been here, I've absolutely fallen in love with this community. But it's more than that. It's politicians doing backroom deals, cutting out the people of the community in which they serve who have already spoken loudly about an issue. And they sit and they lie to people about where they are on the issue. And it doesn't really, when I think about this particular issue, and I understand that some of you don't feel like it's your issue because, well, you don't care that much about the racetrack or don't go to the speedway. But it is. The people of Nashville spoke about this issue about 10 years ago, and it was overwhelming. They want to continue seeing racing at the Fairgrounds Speedway, which has been going on since 1904, regardless of if you go or not. And instead of listening to the people who have recently spoken on this matter, there are politicians in town, I'm happy to name them for you if you'd like, who have instead chosen to sidle up to a multi-millionaire, if not I don't know, is Ingram a billionaire? Am I short-changing him? Sidling up to a billionaire that lied to the city, that continuously lies to the city of Nashville. And I'm not afraid to say it. Apparently, I'm the only one. Maybe this guy is so powerful I'll be fired by tomorrow. I don't know. But I seem to be the only one willing to say that he's lying to you when he tells you that he wants to see racing continue there. And he lied to the people of this community when they were building that park. I did the research and found that out. Oh, we have no interest in that area at all. No, that's for racing. He is now doing his best to legally, mind you, pay off politicians through campaign donations and get them over to his side of thinking. And now as it stands with the racetrack, and once again, I am passionate about this. Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe none of you care. Maybe 5 years from now you go, well, the hell with that place. But if this deal doesn't go through, that place is going away. And if all of this was happening in 1990, the Ryman Auditorium wouldn't exist. Because if a big money developer can come in and buy off politicians to the point that they bulldoze city treasures, then what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I don't know. Maybe voices are not unified enough. Maybe priorities are in different places. But there's an AstroTurf movement against this thing funded solely by John Ingram, owner of the – I won't say solely because there are other people that are funding. I want to take that back. Funding mostly by John Ingram and Nashville Soccer Club. And if you've not heard the latest, the Bristol Motor Speedway and the parent organization has asked that we put a pause on the Speedway decision until a new mayor and a new council is elected. There was a reason for that, and it's obvious that it's going to be an almost impossible lift to get a special meeting. The only reason that you have to have a special meeting of the council in order to get this through is because Colby Sledge, District 17 Metro Councilman, slow-walked the public hearing until such time as they could not have possibly had 3 readings of the bill in order to vote on it. He did that on purpose because he knows John Cooper is okay with this deal, and he's hopeful. I'm just telling you the background. I'm just trying to tell you what we know to be true. And Colby, you're welcome to call me and tell me if this isn't true, but Colby Sledge wants Freddie O'Connell to be the next mayor, and Freddie O'Connell will kill this deal. That's what I believe. Now, Freddie was non-committal. And you can go back and listen to the podcast. Freddie O'Connell said, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on it. I said, you're on the Metro Council. I don't know where I'm at. I haven't read the details. What do you mean you don't know where you're at on it? That tells me everything I need to know. Freddie, I hope we have a decent enough relationship moving down the road. Well, we'll take it as it comes, but I have to call it like I see it. And I would think that a Metro councilor of your intelligence would be up on the issue of the racetrack renovation less than a month before you're supposed to vote on it. But I think he's having it both ways. He's pulling it both ends against the middle, as my grandpa used to say.